Well, I'm starting out at the bottom of my mine shaft. I just checked to see the tracks are lined up finally, and I'm heading home. It should take me straight up to my front door. Originally, it went into an uglier opening, and I thought this looked nicer, and here's my house. I have 3 water elevators because the piston elevators were just not working for me. And here is my front door. Take my mine car. I don't want to have something in my hand. There we go. There's my water fountain. Oh, if you look above, there is a pool. Originally, I had it set up where there was a waterfall coming out of the pool, and then that was how I was traveling through the different floors of my house, but it was just getting too hard because of the shape I picked for the house. So here's the newest water elevator I just put in. It goes all the way to the top floor. I discovered just last night that if I put the storage units down here, I have all the room in the world to run across them, so all the floor space is still available, but I can still get into them. I love these little signs. They tell you what's inside. And then because I have the automatic doors, I didn't want to see the inner workings. It's more furnaces than I ever need, but I have the furnaces blocking the workings for the automatic doors, if you didn't notice that when you came in. I thought that was cute. So, as you can see, I've got all these things all nice and organized. I've got my windows so you can see out to the backyard. Here is my original water elevator, and I'm going to go all the way up to the first floor so you can see my view. I gotta turn around. There we go. So, let's see, this is the side. I'm going to work on landscaping and gardening next. Here is my animal pens. On this left side, I have my horses. And on the right side, I have my farm animals, my golem, my donkeys, and yeah, I like the animal pens. I wish they were more attractive looking pens, but they're functional and the animals can't get out. I'm gonna do some landscaping over here. There used to be a whole mountain, and I decided it was too close and I wanted some room to grow stuff, so I spent a good chunk of time digging that out, but my back's hurt, so I can't really stand up or walk or anything or even sit very long, so I have a lot of free time with that. Um, I really liked my waterfall, water fountain, water feature, whatever you want to call it, but I haven't decided if I'm going to leave it there or not. I used to have my gardens up here, but I wanted to get out all of the messy roads. I had too many roads. They were all over the place and it was too cluttered. And I partly did that too because my new house design required more floor space. Oh, the sun's pretty. It's just coming over here so you can get a better view of the side over here. So I haven't decided if I want to just do some water features leading up to the house and then save the sides for my gardens. I'm still thinking about that, but I figured the first thing to do is get the roads put in. So I'm going to line up my, oh, well, I was going to jump off at some point anyway. I'm going to line up that road, and I got another road over there, but it lined up over here. I'm still thinking that part through if you can't tell. And I had a structure over there, but I removed it because it didn't match and I didn't like the way it looked. So, and oh, and if you notice in the description box or wherever the names shows up, I haven't done many of these recordings yet. The name of this is Don't Break, and the reason for that is I started several worlds in this on this game on my Xbox One, and after a couple of days, sometimes less, I wouldn't be able to recover the game. It wouldn't show up in the cloud anymore. Oh, I wanted to put another one here. Every time I do a bend in the road, I like to put in a light. And every time I wasn't sure what was going on, if it was because I had been changing texture packs or just something went wrong. Oh, this was below ground. I was doing them above ground now. So either way, I don't know what was going on. I haven't changed anything. I haven't changed my character skin. I haven't changed a texture pack since then because I'm just too afraid of it happening again because I spent so much time playing this one. It happens so frequently. I swear to goodness, if it ever happened again, I was going to quit playing Minecraft for the rest of my life. Like, I don't care what pack or whatever they add, or if they say they never break again, I would be done for the rest of my life because it was just so hard. I didn't have anything else I could do when my back was bothering me so bad, and it was the only thing keeping me from dying of the boredom. I can't, I mean, it was so bad in the really beginning that I couldn't even read a book. I couldn't think. And mindlessly digging tunnels or gathering supplies, it's not too taxing on the body. And if I screwed up, it didn't really matter. So I really got into this and I just couldn't have it die again, basically. So you might have noticed I have another train track. I'm gonna go down that path. I need to go home and put some stuff away, but I'll do that later. One of the things I was doing when I originally started playing was I was trying to get some of the easy achievements out of the way, and one of them, which was really easy since I enjoy building the roads and the trains, it was to go so many miles in a mine car, and I got that one pretty quickly from this track. So it goes quite a ways, and I'm still expanding. It's just, oh, I remember what I did. I was like, what is this? I started putting in stopping points because otherwise it was a really long way to go, and I didn't like having to hop out and chase the car down so I could do something before I got to the final stopping point. And I forgot about that because it'd been a while. So I can't remember what I was saying when I surprised myself with that stopping point there. I'm still expanding this, but I ran out of material, and I got to do some mining to get more iron to make more tracks. And then when I did that, I decided I wanted to remodel the house because I'm so fond of this game, but I'm so boring with the way that I design that I was just tired of having square or rectangle houses. And I'd seen a simpler layout for a hotel, and I kind of took that shape so I wouldn't have a square building anymore. That's why it's kind of like an offset horseshoe, and that's how I picked the shape that I'm currently using for my house. And then I got wild and added waterfalls for elevators. That's wild for me. In my designs. And then I decided I didn't like it all being one color, and also hindered my ability to expand as much as I'd like to because I'd have a limited amount of material if I was doing it all the same colors. And then I didn't like, solid one room, so that's why I did the jagged edge where it kind of conformed one color into another. And then the hotel that I had designed that unperfect horseshoe, they had white walls and green shutters, which I thought was really cute. And again, I didn't want all the floors to look alike, so I picked different colored blocks to put on either side of the, well, not of either side of the window, but on each floor they have different colored blocks encasing the windows, and I thought that that added a level of fun. And then I realized today that everything's red, white, and green, and I'm like, oh, this is really Christmassy, and I did build a lot of it in December, so I changed the second floor's shutters, to look like shutters. I changed them to magenta. I'm not certain. I mean, I like magenta. I'm just not sure if that's the color I want to keep there. I might switch to blue maybe or black. I'm using the concrete powder, and then when I finally decide the color I want to keep, I pour a bucket of water on it, and then I quickly grab the water back up, and then it turns it to stone, and it makes it a lighter, smoother color. If you remember the inside of my house, you could actually see that I had used that for the floor. The second floor carpet or flooring or whatever is nuts. I kind of almost wish I hadn't set that into concrete, but who knows? That doesn't stop me from changing it later. I have pickaxes, right? So, gives you an idea how far this mine is going, or this track is going, because you see it's still going. It's still going. I've had a lot of time to discuss all of the decorations of my house, which you can't even see, and the mine car is still traveling far, far away from my house. But I specifically did this because I have a tendency to lose my train of thought because I'm hurting a bit. And just like right now. and it makes me forget how to get home, and then I spend hours and hours. I know there's coordinates, but sometimes that still makes it hard because there's a lot of ravines and crevices in this world, and I can't always go straight to where I'm trying to go. So I figured if I build a road to all the places I want to travel to collect stuff and bring it home, supplies, I can't forget how to get home if I follow the train car home, and it gets me home faster. And I can also, set a car on the tracks with one of the storage units inside and send stuff home without having to go home, which was really cool. And at each one of those stopping points, if I haven't already done it yet, I'm intending to put like a few storage units. Like, I'm thinking if I get to this and I do this enough, my actual real plan was to make each one like a tiny little train station. So it wasn't just a storage unit out in the middle of nowhere, but this is a great place, obviously, to collect snow and ice. So that was why I chose one of the stopping points to be here, not just to have a place to stop where I don't have to chase the mine car if I get out early, but because I actually do want to collect some of that. I actually have. I just stopped because I wasn't building anything with it right then, and I wanted to get back to what I was actually working on. So this starts going out to a desert before I realized there was a desert, like within almost eye shot of my house, but there used to be a mountain there, so to my defense, I didn't see it. But this is a great place to collect dirt if I don't want to change the landscape around my house any further. And it's going to turn left because I didn't need any more ice. And it's going to take me into, I don't remember what that biodome is called. And the worst part, I'm going to sound even more like I don't know what I'm doing, because I probably don't. I just don't like pronouncing things wrong. There's those trees that are like brown on the outside and orange on the inside, or reddish orange on the inside, and they start with an A. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that, and I don't want to butcher it. Oh, I also liked this because I was able to get a bunch of sandstone. I know you can make it, but it's just cooler when you can collect it directly. But yeah, these jagged trees that have the different colored wood inside, the orange wood, I don't have a lot of that readily available by my house. And we're getting to a point where it's going to turn again. And I don't think it goes much further past this because I was running out of the stone blocks for the sides. I have a lot more of that now, but I wasn't planning on coming back here and adding that back until I was also ready to add more train tracks. But you can see I got the road in and the track in, and that's where I ran out of stone, but I just figured I might as well come back and do both. So I ran out. I'm just going to go ahead a little ways because I don't remember exactly how far it goes. But yeah, you can see it's also, I know that it turns into a jungle to my right because I put those lights right there. And then I was going to finish the road or do a curve and then head over here where I've got some jungle. And then I can take it, I think, no, jungle or swamp. But they got the lily pads and all that goodness. They're not jungle trees, I checked. I'm not really sure where to find the jungle trees. I probably should do some more research on how that works because I'm clearly missing some stuff. Oh, a little sapling, yay. So, either way, that's what I've been doing so far. The frustrating part is I wasn't, like I said, I lose my train of thought so easily because my back gets to hurting so bad, or my leg, or my feet, or all of them at once. And this whole area over here, I just also had to leave it. It was such a nightmare. I kept building the road and then going back and checking the track, or going home to get supplies, or going home to put away stuff that I wanted to keep. And then I'd find, oh man, the road's 2 blocks higher here and they don't line up. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's not that hard. There's numbers and positions and coordinates or whatever on the screen all the time, but pain is distracting. So, yeah, even the other night I was putting in windows and doing the colored powder around them for the shutters, And this morning I realized, I can pour water on it and turn it to concrete and it'll be a better color. And I was going through and doing that and I realized that not all the windows matched and that's what I was aiming to do. And oh man, it drove myself crazy. I was like, man, I really just, when it's hurting really bad, I just got to put the game down and do something else. I've already got a lot of pumpkins and bamboo. Oh, not bamboo, that's sugarcane back in the back, and sunflowers. But I do like the fact that I know that I can get more. One of the other things I was going to do again when I get back to working on the road again, because I'm going to garden some, is at each of the intersections, I was also going to put a note to remind my poor little brain what I was going to find if I continued following the path that I was on. So, like, this would say ice, snow, sunflowers. Really not going to bother mentioning the pumpkins because I had a really good growing pumpkin patch that I'm going to start up again. Oh, it's a polar bear and a baby. Oh my gosh. It's so cute. Did you? He's trying to knock its parent into the water. That's hilarious. Some of them deserve that. So, yeah, I'm just gonna head home and I'm gonna put my stuff away, but mostly this was just uh, my test to see how well this is gonna record and if I could figure it out with everything going on. I don't normally do anything like this on this computer. It's not as strong as my regular computer, but I can't sit up for very long and my regular computer is at a desk on a desk because it's a tower and this is just my laptop little thing and it seems to be doing okay. So my goal is I'm going to record that one shot Resident Evil 2 remake demo and because you can only play it once by the name one shot and it's only for 30 minutes. I don't know. I'm hoping I can do 30 minutes. I'm gonna have to, like, that's gonna have to be the only thing I do that day to be upright for 30 minutes, I think. So, I'm not gonna make it back to the house while recording because I need to lie down. So, hopefully you like the video, and